the net.
Yeah, nice shot here by one of the leading scorers of this Simley team. And the other thing, Tanner, is with the conditions here tonight, you don't have to try to get too fancy. That ball's going to be slippery. The ground is going to be slippery. You might get a ball to bounce a weird direction that you wouldn't on a normally dry night. So I like that shot there. Keep it low to the ground. See if you can get a bounce, and the Spartans come close to scoring the first goal tonight.
Now the Raiders trying to push it back and put the pressure back on Simley. It's popped out of bounds. This will be a throw-in near midfield for the Spartans. Good action back and forth just over 5 minutes into the game. And a throw in up the sideline. The Raiders quickly pounce on it, but then it's settled down by Wanek. And Wanek trying to weave his way through traffic. Unable to do so, the Raiders push it back down the other end. And a foot race for the ball coming away from the net to play at Gonzalez. Gonzalez in that bright orange goalie uniform. Booted away, a high arcing ball that'll cross midfield and take a Simley hop. And off a couple of sets of heads, it'll pinball around, and the Raiders look to spring an attack up the far sideline. This is going to stretch a little too far and roll out, become a throw in for Simley in the far sideline.
This should be a pretty good battle here tonight. Two teams with a lot of pride with the way their seasons have gone. And as we talked about at the start of the broadcast, both teams looking to end a long drought of not making it to the state tournament. So should be a pretty exciting game here this evening.
And near midfield, we'll get a handball called and a set piece coming at midfield.
I actually think they whistled this down because it hit the official, and it kind of stung him for a moment, so I think they paused play and just kind of dropped it back down to get it going.
Effenbrack will try to weave one through on the far sideline. Stretch pass too far, it'll roll out of bounds and become a goal kick.
Take a moment now to remind viewers at home that Game of the Week is supported by B52 Burgers and Brew, your home for burgers, big screens, and more. More information can be found at b52burgersandbrew.com. I went there for dinner last night.
It's a great place. Yeah, can't go wrong.
Spot.
Never had a bad meal there. Here come the Raiders. In plus territory, trying to work it up the near sideline. Turned out it'll be a throw-in for Cretin Derham home. And it'll be Gary to do so. Really good group of seniors on both ends. Nobody wants to see their career end tonight. Gary will send it in. And the Raiders control, they'll drop it back. And a pass too far, that'll roll out of bounds, become a goal kick.
And you talked about seniors. Both these teams' rosters are made up of mostly upperclassmen. Neither team has that many players that are under the age of a junior, so these are senior-heavy, junior-heavy teams, players that have been playing together maybe for a while or at least have a lot of experience. Not a lot of youth on either of these rosters.
Gonzalez with a really good boot and trying to work it ahead. Here come the Spartans. They'll do so with Ramirez. Tried to drop it back and does. And a touch pass to the near sideline. Ramirez will drop it ahead for the dangerous Michael Hernandez-Ruiz, a senior with 8 goals and 23 assists. But it's deflected, and this will belong to Cretin Derham Hall.
Yeah, they thought they kept it in bounds, but looked like Hernandez-Ruiz had just stepped out of bounds.
Couple of prolific goal scorers on both ends, and Hernandez-Ruiz certainly falls into that category. But a wonderful 2025 for Simley. Pinballing around near midfield, and the Spartans will bring it back at their own end and now cross midfield. And has his pocket picked. It's Effenbrack. He'll dish it off. Streaking through the middle of the field. Looking for an opening and trying to sidestep a defender, but the pass just off. It'll roll out. Good attack for Cretin Derham Hall. You see a lot of explosiveness on both ends.
Yeah, good idea there by Cretin Derham Hall, but unfortunately Andy Hobbs, the intended recipient of that pass, was starting to cut to the middle of the box and realized at the last minute that pass was coming his way and just didn't have enough time to recover before that ball went out of bounds.
Billy Cornett will drop it back to the defense and then to Zweber. He'll play it out to midfield. And pinballing around, trying to stretch a pass and make a run down the near sideline into the corner. And too far, that'll roll out and become a goal kick. Simley 15-1-2 overall this season. 6-0-2, they won the Metro East. Cretin Derham Hall 11-1-6. They went 4-1-4 in an always competitive Suburban East Conference. And we'll get our first sub on either side. Nelson Merlot's a junior forward. We'll check that Jack Dreamin, a junior forward. And Cretin Derham Hall controlling near midfield. Trying to stretch a ball through a really stout Simley defense. Couldn't deflect the ball through, and eventually it does pinball off a Spartan player into the corner. And the Spartans take it back, but it's lost out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in on the near sideline.
Nice recovery defensively there by the Simley Spartans, and that's something they do so well is they just don't panic. If they get beat, they calmly get back in position, and are oftentimes able to make the play as you see them do there.
Throw-in coming on the near sideline for Cretin Derham Hall. A deflected ball, pinballing around. They tried for a shot just outside the box. Maintain possession, though, with merit. And drop it back. Look to work it up the far end now. And here they come, trying to sidestep a couple of defenders, but get turned out and played back down. They'll look to regroup and reset along the far sideline near midfield. And pinballing off hands and rolling along the sideline. Can't save it from going out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Simley.
A lot of this game being played in between about the 30 or 25-yard lines right now. Not a lot of action for either team offensively yet here tonight. The best look really was that penalty that happened where Simley got that free kick set up. And other than that, there hasn't been much going on for either team.
Two teams that are really, really good, having strong seasons. We know it's going to be a battle, and this far it has been. And the Spartans get on it, look to stretch a pass, and they've got it on the foot of Ramirez Reyes, looking to make a run up the near sideline. Trying to sidestep a defender and does. Looks to center a pass, but nobody was home. Gets it back. Just outside the box on the left side, but gets turned out. And a throw-in coming in a favorable spot for Simley.
I would have maybe just taken that shot. He tried to cut into the middle and got swarmed as he did so, but this possession will stay Simley's here as they get a deep throw-in.
And Wannick will send it near the box. Out to the top. And looking to stretch a pass perhaps, or just get a little space for himself. Waited too long. It's played back out to the center of the field. It rolls out of bounds. It'll belong to Simley, and they'll throw it in from midfield. Maybe just a little too much hesitation on that last trip down. And the throw in. They'll roll on the sidelines and go out of bounds, and the Raiders will take over.
Got another Raiders sub checking in here.
Still no score as we hit the 27 mark. And on the pitch for the first time, Weston Burke, a senior. And checks into the forward spot. Gary sent to throw it in the near side. Cold, wet, rainy, and windy. But a great game on tap, and thus far has been. Still early. And Gary, a Buddha ball high. It'll roll out, or sail out rather, and a throw-in coming in plus territory.
Good crowd right along the fence line there at the edge of the track. A lot of fans in seats as well, but as we mentioned, probably a lot watching at home as well with the weather here tonight. Simley felt this should be their ball, but it will be the Raiders.
I'll say that went off of Hernandez Ruiz, and Gary will throw it in. And the ball popped high on the Cretin Derham Hall side of things, and here they come. Taken right back and played down. And trying to make a run into the corner away from his net, Weber. And he'll play it back out to midfield. Simley, though, still coming in on the attack. Daniel Nino Puentes. And taken right back by the Raiders, and here they come. They pop a ball high in the air down the near sideline and head one toward the top of the box. Blue jersey swarm. The Raiders still sticking with it, looking to make some space for themselves. None there. And it's poked out of bounds, and this will be a throw-in from the near sideline for Cretin Derham Hall.
And I think we're going to get, we're going to get a free kick here. So the official called the penalty. The fans did not agree with it. You can kind of hear them grumbling. But that'll set up a good field position on the free kick here for the Raiders. Here's a quick look at it. I think he just kind of slipped trying to make a play, but the official felt otherwise.
And the boot sailing toward the right side of the box, headed near the goal, and stays out. It stays out. The ball's still loose, and then finally it's sent down. The whistle sounds, but I'll tell you what, best scoring opportunity at either end right there.
And they called offside on the play as well. That was one heck of a sequence. I mean, it was a great kick for starters. And then just a little bit of chaos in front of Gonzalez. He got a hand on it. It ended up behind him before the Simley Spartans were able to clear it out at the goal line. But the goal went to count it anyway. The offside flag was up from the official on the near side here.
I tell you what, a great crowd is on hand, embracing the elements. Tough to hear the whistle.
Yeah.
They are making noise.
Here's another look at that kick, and you can see a couple Raiders are there. Gonzalez is about just outside of the 6, and then right at the goal line, the Spartans felt they kept it out, which I think they did, but if it would have gone in, it would have been waved off for offside. So a crazy sequence. And really at this point, the 2 free kicks we've seen have been the best chances of the night for both these teams.
Guys on the field, even having trouble hearing the whistle. It is loud. It's a great atmosphere, great environment. The Raiders will drag it back into their end and play it high in the air down the near sideline. Trying to find Burke. And Nino Puentes gets to it for Simley. And does again. And quickly sent back by Cretin Derham Hole into plus territory. He's down with Chimadeza. And now they try to weave it through traffic on the near side, rolling along the sideline. Saved eventually. It is flung out of bounds. This will be a plus territory throw-in.
Game of the Week is supported by Northern Dakota County Beyond the Yellow Ribbon, providing services and supports for local area veterans and their families. More information can be found at ndcyellowribbon.com.
They'll get set to send it in from a really favorable spot. And Gary will send it in.
A smart play by the Raiders. The Spartans were expecting a long throw, and they opt for the short throw instead, and nobody was in that vicinity to defend it.
Here's a takeaway, and Simley looking for some space. Ramirez Ruiz stretching a pass down the far sideline too far, and this will roll out of bounds and become a throw-in for Cretin Derham Hole on the far sideline.
Oh, man, you could just see the rain driving down. That was a great shot as that ball was coming out of bounds. It is coming down out there, and just about 20 minutes into this game.
Approaching the halfway point in half number 1.
Raiders have been winning the possession game, but each team has one good chance so far. Still scoreless, though.
And trying to stretch a pass. It's too far down the near sideline. This will be a throw-in near midfield for Wanek. And Wanek sends it in up the near sideline. Nino Puentes trying to sidestep his way through traffic, displaced. And a throw-in coming for the Spartans on the near side. Wanek will do it again. And Wanek throws it toward the top of the box. It's headed in a dangerous spot and then popped high in the air, and a fight for possession as the two teams head the ball around. And they work it closer to midfield. Cretin Derham Hole with Henry Stangler. Plays it down, and now they drop it back and bring it up the far sideline. And a slide tackle displaces the ball out of bounds. Throw-in coming for Cretin Derham Hole on the far sideline.
Yeah, nice slide tackle by Emmanuel there, and you're going to get a little more distance on those slide tackles today with the ground being as wet as it is, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see more of those. There's a good look at the rain coming down in front of the lights here that are on at Simley High School.
And Gary along the sideline. It's poked out of bounds. Went back off him. A good play by Ramirez Ruiz. Now set to send it away in his own end is Elvis Hernandez Paz. A defenseman, but the leading goal scorer with 21. 38 total points, also tops of the team for Simley. Plays this one toward the right of the box. It'll go out of bounds. It's been an entertaining first half of play, approaching the halfway point in it.
Yeah, Simley's just kind of been trying to weather this storm of possession that the Cretin Derham Hall Raiders have had for most of this half. Simley's had some chances where they've worked it downfield, but aside from that free kick Simley had earlier, they haven't had anything on net.
Cretin Derham Hall has the only registered shot thus far. This will roll out and become a throw-in for Gary in the near side. And along the sideline, they save it. Try to, no, they didn't.
Oh, I thought that
maybe
was
they
in.
did.
That looked like it stayed in, but the official down there has a better angle than we do.
Throw in coming near midfield, quickly pushed out of bounds, and they'll move it up a little bit and try again. Wanek will send it in. And Gary once again deflects it out. And Wanek will move in a little bit closer.
And here's where Simley needs to try to use throw-ins to their advantage. Haven't won the possession game so far here tonight, but if you can grasp possession off of a throw-in, see if you can use that to your advantage.
And in the corner.
Oh. I thought that went off of the Raiders player that was down there, but they say this went off Simley, so it'll be a goal kick.
And set to boot it away is Weber. You get the feeling that first goal is maybe not going to be what decides the game, but it's certainly going to be huge. It's going to be, you can't understate how massive it'll be to make your opponent chase the game in a game like this.
I mean, I would be shocked if either team scores more than a couple here tonight. So yeah, and with two teams who are really, really strong teams, have been strong all season, don't allow a lot of goals. Section championship game, I would be shocked if we see more than a few goals scored here tonight. So yeah, that first one is going to be massive for whoever finds a way to get it.
These plus territory set pieces, you get the feeling, can go a long way in deciding this one as well.
Absolutely.
Rodler, the sophomore, a team high 14 points, 2 goals and 12 assists for Cretin Derham Hall. Boots this one toward the box. It's headed near the net and out of bounds. And Cretin Derham Hall, I think, lobbing for a handball perhaps.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what they're arguing. I didn't think I saw one. It did bounce off of a couple players. Emmanuel, I know, got a piece of it, as well as I believe Hernandez Paz. Let's see. So Emmanuel, that's a clean play, and then it goes off the chest there of Hatcher. Both of those are clean plays, so good no call by the official.
And a corner kick after all that. And the Raiders get to it first, but miss with the header. It goes wide left.
Yeah, nice job there by Billy Cornett. Was able to direct that towards the net, but just slipped wide.
Cornett, a team high 6 goals for a senior season. Good scoring opportunity, under 18 to play here in half number 1. One of 8 section championship games in Class 2A. We'll know the state tournament field by the end of the night. This will come near the net. An opportunity with them out of the net, and it's in. And Simley strikes first. They come on the other end. It's Hernandez Ruiz with his 9th.
Well, no surprise at all that Hernandez Ruiz is the player to put this home. Oh, I think they're waving this off.
Yeah, they are.
They're saying this is offside. Let's take another look at this from start to finish.
They're resuming play and playing this one back near the net. I don't think Simley realized, a few of their players I don't think realized that they were still back to action. They were celebrating the goal down here, not realizing it had been waved off. And again, it's really tough to hear the whistle.
It is very hard to hear. And you can see Coach Albornoz is pleading his case. They have not put a goal up on the scoreboard yet. The official on the far side, the AR, had his flag up for offside. But as you mentioned, the Spartans did not realize that that was being discussed. Here's the look from start to finish of this play. So the goal kick gives them great field positioning. They get it all the way to about the 20, and then it's picked up by Ramirez Reyes, who just sends it over to Hernandez Ruiz, who puts it home. I don't know. You can see the Raiders have their hands up signaling they felt it should be offside. And Albornoz is still pleading with the officials that he felt it should be a different call.
Yeah, Simley didn't realize that play had resumed. They had a few players still celebrating down at the other end.
And we've got kind of a brick column blocking right where that AR was standing, so I didn't see them put their flag out in real time. But by the time I peeked around the column, they had signaled that it was offside. And there's still some discussion going on here, but as you mentioned, they resumed play. I don't think anybody knew what was going on there.
It is a loud, ruckus crowd with the rain gear and umbrellas out.
So
they're making noise.
They're going to have to reset the clock. This should be a free kick for the Raiders, assuming this is officially called offside.
Now, what's a postseason game with that little controversy?
Keeps things interesting. So the clock is stopped at 17:23 right now. And they will set this up for a free kick. So looks like they did stop the clock initially when they should have, so they won't have to reset anything there. And still a delay.
As Weber wants to boot this one away.
Weber's thinking, get this thing away from me. Our team almost went down 1-0. I want this on the other side of the field.
So it remains a scoreless game after all that.
But that's what Simley does so well, is they move that ball downfield quickly, and they can turn a goal kick or a free kick deep in their end. They can turn that into an offensive opportunity in a hurry. You saw them do it there, but they get called offside. So we do sit at 0-0. I don't know what they're still discussing here.
As Weber's waiting the okay to play. And for these guys, regardless of the outcome, they just want to get back, in a game with weather like this. They just want to get moving.
Yeah.
Get back to play one way or another.
So Zweber still waiting for the signal from the official, gets the okay. I think maybe they were just confirming everything with the clock was what it was supposed to be, which it was. Now we resume the clock and we resume play, and man,
after all that,
what to do about nothing.
We are still scoreless. This will go out of bounds and become a plus territory throw-in for Simley, and they're looking to push it. Wanek gets it ahead. Hernandez Ruiz displaced. And here come the Raiders trying to get it out up the near sideline. It does go out of bounds. They say it went off of Simley. This will be a throw-in in their own end. Gary set to send it in.
So now Simley's got to try to manage the emotions here. You think you take a 1-0 lead in the section championship game against a team who's had the better possession so far in this first half. You have it waved off. Long delay before we get back into it. And if you're Simley, you're just hoping you can kind of keep your wits about you these next few minutes here.
And the ball pinballing around. Sawyer Huseman, one of the freshmen, one of the rare freshmen playing in this game. Had a head on it, but right back on it, the Raiders, and then displaced from behind. Hernandez Ruiz, and here they come, looking to stretch the ball up the near sideline and do with Ramirez Reyes. And Ramirez Reyes trying to play it back to Hernandez Ruiz and taken away. And along the near sideline now, it's Wanek who gets a foot on it, rolls out of bounds. This will belong to the Raiders, a throw-in plus territory. And Gary will get sent to send it in. Gary surveys. Throws it in along the sideline, and the Spartans the first to it. Quickly pushed back down and then turned out. Wanek sends it out of bounds, a chance to reset. But prime position for Cretin Derham Hall. Looking to break this scoreless tie.
Can you hear the Raiders fans cheering on their team? Good crowd of Raiders fans in attendance here tonight.
Still no scores. We get deeper in this opening half. And the throw in near the top of the box, quickly pushed out. We'll do it again. Mentioned earlier, worth repeating, it's been 37 combined years since these two programs made it to the state tournament. That's out of bounds. And this will be a corner kick. Another set piece opportunity that you feel like one of these two teams has got to take advantage of. Could very well be the difference in this contest. And the low line drive toward the top of the box. The Raiders control and look to rip a shot outside of the box. Deflected ball, but they stick with it. Play it to the far sideline. And pinballing around. Deflecting off heads on the far sideline. They'll weave it back. And looking to rip a shot outside the box. It'll go wide of the net and out of bounds, become a goal kick for Gonzalez.
Yeah, nice shot there by the Raiders. Just couldn't get it on net. And if you're the Raiders, you're looking to score this next goal now. If you can get that 2-point swing, the goal taken away plus the goal scored, that is a huge momentum shift. As we get a whistle here, the official, I think we're going to redo this goal kick maybe. We'll take this time now to let viewers at home know that Game of the Week is supported by the South Robert Street Business Association, supporting local businesses that support our community. More information can be found at srsba.org. So they will just redo this goal kick.
Under 14 to go here in half number 1. There is no score. Winner is on to the state tournament. And Wanek will head it ahead for Dylan Alonso. Taken away from him. And here come the Raiders in the counter. Coming up the near sideline. Andy Hobbs trying to stretch the ball through traffic. Deflected. This will roll out and belong to Simley.
You can tell the Raiders have some speed on their team, and the Simley Spartans have done a good job of sticking with them. You can see everybody there on the sideline for the Spartans huddled underneath the tent. Each team has a tent set up to try to stay out of the rain. Honestly, in weather like this, you'd rather just be out there. You're getting colder sitting on the sideline than you are just being out in the game.
Hobbs will play it ahead, but Wanek there to take it away, and then it's out of bounds and belongs to Simley. Wanek will throw it in. And Alonso plays it ahead along the near sideline for Hernandez Ruiz. He'll turn and flip one wide of the net. As Weber will come away to glove it.
So still just the one shot on net registered for the visiting Raiders. As we mentioned, the Spartans had a good look early on a free kick, but it went wide. It was a good look, but it just didn't get on net. So still just the one shot for either team so far tonight.
And a header trying to work it through traffic, but it's offside.
That whistle I heard, but some of the players didn't.
Yep.
So, but that whistle's on the near side this time, so a little easier for us to hear up here in the press box.
Trying to stretch a ball to Hobbs, and again whistled for being offsides. Simley ranked number 2 in the final Class 2A poll. Cretin Derham Hall number 4. 7 of the top 10 teams in the final rankings are competing for a trip to state tonight. You've got 2 against 4. Elsewhere, you've got number 1 against number 3 in Section 5. You've got Blake taking on Benilde St. Margaret's. Set to send it away. Hernandez pause. High arcing ball near the nets. Weber will deflect it and goes out of bounds on the near side. A throw-in in plus territory for Simley.
Yeah, and again, I mean, I know we've just been harping on the weather, but in these kind of situations, keepers might want to think twice about getting in the mix, because if that ball just rolls wrong off of them because of how slick it is, they can find themselves in some tough positions here tonight.
And bringing it back will be Hernandez Paz. Simley with it now in plus territory, trying to stretch a pass up the far sideline. And working it down that way. A shot that'll go wide of the net. And Weber will get set to send it away. The top 2 seeds in this section meet tonight for the right to go to the state tournament. And a ball turned down by Wanek. Bouncing near midfield in plus territory for the Raiders, and a fight for possession. And here they come. Up the far sideline with Hoffenbach. And turned out. Played down the far sideline, but the Raiders still with it. They'll drag it back. And along the bench area, they'll play one down toward the corner and turned out. And out of bounds by Simley. Another throw-in coming in plus territory. Still no score, getting laid here in half number 1, inside of 10 minutes to play.
Yeah, I don't think I'm too surprised by the way things have played out so far here tonight. It's been a relatively mellow game, not a lot of big opportunities for either team, no score yet. Simley with that called off goal, really the only spark so far in this first half.
And a deflected shot that'll roll out of bounds in the corner.
This should set up a good opportunity here, though, for the Raiders late here in this first half. See if maybe they can take advantage of that called off goal and find one themselves.
Another set piece. And bodies will congregate near the top of the box.
So pretty much all the Raiders are outside the 6 on the edge of the 18, and all of the Spartans are bunched in the middle.
The approach in the right-footed boot. And the first two at the Raiders head one toward the net. It stays out. And out toward the left side, it's turned out by Simley, and this will bounce near midfield and roll out. And the Spartans stave off that corner opportunity.
A good look there by the Raiders. Raiders have been really good with their heads here tonight. They're not afraid to try to get their head on it to make a play. A couple players go up for the header, then here looking for one, but the Spartans clear it out.
And offsides is called. And Simley once again will look to counter. Both teams love to move quick. They've got home run hitters. And then get a quick strike. And they'll send it away, a high booming kick. Across midfield and worked ahead by Ramirez Ruiz. And up the far sideline now, a fight for possession taken away by the Raiders, and here they come. They don't have the numbers, and possession taken right back by Simley. And pinballing around out near midfield, and the Spartans settle it down and play it out to midfield. And a handball is going to be called. A set piece coming just beyond midfield. Alonso with 4 goals on the year, set to boot it away.
He might put this on net with the way we've seen some of these kicks taken here tonight.
Check that, that's Hernandez Paz with 21 goals on the year, 26 rather than 21. And Hernandez Paz, a high booming kick toward the top of the box and headed and pinballing around. The Raiders looking for the clear, and they'll throw it out of bounds along the far sideline.
Nice job by Cornett there to clear it out. Game of the Week is supported by Inver Grove Heights Schools. Inspire, innovate, excel, a community commitment. More information can be found at isd199.org. Big thank you to all of our Game of the Week supporters. And a big thank you to everybody who's tuning in, watching on TV at home right now. We appreciate you joining us.
It's been a fun game. Hopefully you're cozy, you're dry and warm, and enjoying the broadcast thus far. Along the far sideline, this will go out. And they'll look to push it. The whistle does draw them back, though, and they wanted to hit that ball quickly and get rolling with it. Get the throw-in going, and that's what these two teams love to do, is push the tempo. Deflected once again out. And a throw-in coming in plus territory for the Spartans.
Now, these two teams really are very evenly matched, not just with what you see as the obvious match on paper, but just the way they play the game, the way they like to move the ball, the way they like to set up. They have a lot of similarities, which should make for an interesting night. Something's got to give.
These two teams do not see a whole lot of each other. It's been a long time since they met on the soccer pitch. And it's been a long time since either has been to the state tournament. I'll let this one roll out, become a goal kick. 2009, the last trip for Simley. Cretin Derham Hall last win in 2004. 37 years combined between these two programs. And the Spartans set to boot it away. And they do, a high arcing kick that'll cross midfield. And Cornett trying to climb over Ramirez Reyes for it. And Affenbrack will throw it out to midfield. And the Raiders now looking for the attack, trying to stretch a pass up the near sideline. Wannick trying to turn his man out, the first to it. Banging it back in the corner, trying to fend off Hobbs. He'll throw this one near the sideline. And they'll drop it back to Gary, but the whistle sounds.
They were going to let this play on, but the possession went the wrong way, so they will blow this dead for the penalty.
And now another offensive set piece. Plus territory set piece for Cretin Derham Hall.
Late in the half here. Chance to make something happen at the 30-yard line. Everybody lined up on the edge of the 18.
And Rodler, who's been their most prolific player this season, and team high 14 points. He'll approach and a line drive shot, and they couldn't head in. And try to work it back. It's deflected out of bounds. It'll be a throw in. It went off Cretin Derham Hole. Last touch by the Raiders. A throw in belongs to Simley.
Yeah, they got there, just couldn't get the ball to go towards the net. It went the wrong direction on them. Turns the ball over to Simley here.
And the Spartans with it in their end, and here they come. Can work the ball up the near sideline. Ramirez Reyes will drop it back for Wanek. And Wanek stretch pass was off the mark, taken right back by the Raiders, and here they come. Affenbrack trying to work his way through traffic. And Affenbrack shielding off his man, plays the ball through. They'll drop it back to him. And taken away. Here comes Simley looking to counter. And some contact will play on as Affenbrack has it pushed away from him out of bounds. And it last rolled off of Affenbrack.
Good pressure by Simley there. And Raiders fans felt that should have been their ball.
And near midfield, controlling Henry Wenjalewski. And they can't work the ball through. The Spartans back on it, looking to counter. And a couple of players hit the deck. That'll draw the whistle along the far sideline, getting laid here in half number one.
Oh, it looks like they're calling this on Simley. I thought they just kind of got their feet tangled up. Here's another look at it. Let's see if there's any kind of extension of the arm. Oh, yeah, he does get the hand in the back there. That's a good call.
A set piece for Cretin Derham Hall. Inside 2.5 minutes to play here in half number one. An entertaining, albeit scoreless first half. And the right-footed boot. The Spartans are the first to it. Here they come. The Raiders take it right back and continue to apply pressure. Near midfield, now they'll drop it back. And look to reset. Send the ball down and getting to it, the Spartans, but an opportunity goes by the wayside. That ball bouncing, spinning on the wet field turf. It'll go right back to Cretin Derham Hall.
You could tell Emmanuel was frustrated that he couldn't control that ball better, especially late in the half here, giving the Raiders possession on the Simley half of the field.
Gary will send it in near side. And headed out of bounds by Emmanuel, and a throw in coming once again for Cretin Derham Hall in plus territory. Gary surveys, gets it in on the near side. They'll work it to the corner, try to play a ball through, and it's turned out, or rather shielded as it goes out. And this will be a goal kick for Gonzalez. Inside a minute to play.
A lot of umbrellas out there. Good look at the crowd here as they're enjoying this first half of soccer.
Braving the weather to get out here for what's been a really entertaining first half of play. And along the far sideline, the two teams jockey for possession. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in on the far side for Cretin Derham Hall. Near midfield. And down the far sideline, try to work it ahead, but the whistle sounds. And the Raiders will try it again. And Ramirez Reyes the first to it. Plays it back down, but the Raiders right back on top of it. Time winding down here in this first half of play. Can the Raiders squeeze off one more shot? No, they can't. It'll roll out. And 40 minutes in the books. It looked like we had a couple of scoring opportunities. Nothing on the board, though. A scoreless first half, and get a look at a couple of those, what we thought were scoring opportunities.
Yeah, Raiders thought they had a goal here, so this kind of goes right on the goal line. Hard to tell if it actually ever crossed. Simley obviously arguing it didn't. They say that play was offside. Then on this goal kick, Simley launches it all the way downfield. And Ramirez Reyes scoops this up, passes it over to Hernandez Ruiz, who puts it home. That was waved off for offside, which, by the way, we double-checked a rule because Toby made a good point. He said, I think you can't be offside on a goal kick. So we looked it up, and that is true. So as long as the player who's furthest back is the one who touches it first, it should not be called offside, which was the case. So we believe that should have been a Simley goal based on that rule. But The officials say no. Raiders near goal does not count either, so zeros on the scoreboard at halftime after all of that.
That's about as entertaining, firework-filled of a scoreless first half as you're going to find. It was a lot of fun, and we got to do this all over again. At least 40 more minutes. So here we go. We'll send it to break. We'll come back, and we'll get you ready for half number 2 after this. Now 40 minutes in the books and 40 more to come. A scoreless game as we get set for the back end of what's been a really entertaining Class 2A Section 3 championship game. Tanner Hoops, Alexis Pearson with you. Had a couple of what we thought were scoring opportunities and goals that were waved off. And I tell you what, a championship not without controversy, not without the inclement weather. But that being said, it's been a really fun, really entertaining first 40 minutes, and we've got at least 40 to go. Yeah,
the rain has been falling all day. It continues to rain on throughout this game. You can see the fans are wet. They've got their umbrellas out. The field is wet. The players are wet. But that is not stopping them from giving us a good performance here, at least through one half of soccer. Both teams had what they felt was a goal or should have been a goal called off due to offside in each instance. So we sit scoreless as the teams get ready to retake the field here for the second half of action.
Well, the top two seeds in this section have looked every bit the part. A couple of top four teams in Class 2A. Somebody is going on to the state tournament. That's another look at the bracket and how the two teams got here. A couple of shutout wins for Simley, 4-0 over South St. Paul, and then a 1-0 win against St. Thomas Academy. On Cretin Derham Hall, they took down St. Paul Highland Park 2-1, and then a 1-0 victory over Hill Murray in the semifinal on Saturday.
Now we went chalk all the way to the final here, and we'll see which one of these teams can punch their ticket to state. Of course, we've got volleyball and football playoffs coming up shortly here, so that'll keep us entertained for the next couple of weeks. And then it's already time to look ahead to the winter season. Time flies.
This is a great time to be a sports fan in Minnesota.
I say that all the time. I'm like, this is the best time of year. I know there's a lot of people who argue March if you're a college basketball fan, which that's hard to beat as well. But if you're just a general sports fan, like late September, October, November, that's a sweet spot right there. You've got NHL, NBA starting up soon, NFL's really kicking off. You've got college football, high school sports are getting into the postseason. It's just a great time to be a sports fan.
Baseball playoffs are going on.
How did I forget that? So many things.
This is the equinox time of year. It is tournament time here in Minnesota as well. And 40 minutes at least to decide who is going on to the state tournament to represent Section 3. 8 section championship games in Class 2A happening tonight. Number 2 against number 4 in the final rankings here. Number 1 is playing number 3, Blake and Benilde St. Margaret in Section 5. Winona and Northfield in Section 1, New Ulm and Worthington in Section 2. St. Paul Como Park and Matamidi. Orono and Delano, Grand Rapids and Denville. Sartell and number 6, St. Cloud Tech. The other section championships ripped on net and kicked aside by Gonzalez.
Big juicy rebound, but nobody home for the Raiders to get a second shot in.
Cretin Derham Hall looking to push early on in half number 2.
Yeah, I like the nice quick early shot by the Raiders looking to get on the board.
Spartans say enough of that. They bring it into the offensive zone. It's knocked out of bounds and a throw-in coming in plus territory for the Spartans.
Another look at that last shot. Nice job by Gonzalez to get in front of it, and his teammates helped him out to clear it out after that.
Nathan Price, one of the seniors on this Spartan squad, will play it ahead. And settled down by Anthony Gallo Castillo, a junior. That's the send back down to the Spartan end of things. They'll let it roll out of bounds, and this will belong to Cretin Derham Hall. Does deflect off a Spartan, and a throw-in coming in plus territory. Well, here come the Raiders working up the near side with Stangler. Affenbrack has to get it back and taken away by Simley. Here they come. And up the near sideline, booting this one ahead, working it through traffic but too far and away from his net to play it is Weber. And he'll just cover it up and gets it to send it away.
That was kind of a close call. Dylan Alonso was racing in, and as Weber, if he would have come even another foot further, he would have had to play that with his feet instead of his hands.
And you mentioned earlier, worth repeating, that one bad slip, that could be the difference in a game like this with this wet turf.
You just don't know how the turf is going to react, how the ball is going to react today. So maybe a player or a team who's a little more adventurous might want to peel it back, especially if this game stays tied as we carry on. You don't want some ugly goal being the goal that decides the game here tonight.
Stangler will get set to throw it in. A junior with a goal in the year for Cretin Derham Hall. In a fight for possession along the near sideline, the whistle sounds. And this will go against Simley, and this will be really, really good field position for Cretin Derham Hall in this set piece.
The official signaled to his elbow like he elbowed him. I thought they were just kind of jockeying for position. There was a couple Spartans there who were trying to create some separation. The official felt it was egregious. Here's a look. It's kind of right here. I guess I can see what the official saw there. I don't think it was that terrible, but the official felt it was, and that'll set up a free kick here for the Raiders.
It'll be Rodler to take it. He's got the okay to play, approaches, and the right-footed boot angling toward the net. And the whistle sounds once again. This time it'll go against Cretin Derham Hall.
Well, I guess it generally evens out. There you get a call to go your way for the Simley Spartans.
And they'll get set to send it away near the top of the goal box. And a high arcing boot trying to flip the field. Trying to play a ball through for Emmanuel, and that turned out. Back down the far sideline near the bench area, it rolls out of bounds.
And this hasn't been an overly penalized game. A lot of the whistles we've seen have been due to offside. So we haven't seen a lot of egregious physicality here tonight. I would anticipate that probably stays the same, especially if this score remains 0-0.
Wanek throwing it in on the far sideline. A couple of Raiders quickly swarm him on the far end, trying to find an option to pass to. Take away. It's Gallo Castillo. And knocked away from him, and here come the Raiders looking to counter. And trying to play a ball through, looking to catch up to it in the corner, and it is just going to go too far out of bounds and become a goal kick. Gonzalez sent to send it away. And the Raiders the first to it, and they head it back into the offensive half of the field. It's deflected out of bounds off Gallo Castillo, and this will be a throw-in near midfield for Cretin Derham Hall. Stangler sent to take it.
And the official telling him to back up to midfield. It literally hit the pole on the way out, so this is a very accurate spot.
Stangler looks, sends it in along the near sideline. A deflected ball popping in the air, and the Raiders get whistled. They'll give it back to Simley.
Couple calls early here, just 5 minutes into the second half.
And the Spartans boot it away. High arcing ball, that'll go wide of the net and hop out of bounds. It's let go by Zweber.
Well, if that would have drifted left instead of right, there was a few Spartans on the left side of the box there. As you can see some of the Cretin Derham Hall players in the background there getting some sprints in to stay warm and stay loose on the sideline.
Gotta do everything you can.
47 degrees is what my phone says right now as the rain continues to fall.
I believe it. I trust your phone.
It feels colder than that.
These two teams know it will be a lot warmer inside of US Bank Stadium if they can keep playing on. A win tonight, one more in the quarters will get you there. Whistle near midfield, and this will go against Cretin Derham Hall.
It's our fourth or fifth whistle. We've had about a whistle every minute so far to start the second half.
And the officials let them play in half number one, and they're tightening up a little bit. A set piece in plus territory for Simley. Who will get that game's first goal? High arcing ball near the net, headed out by the Raiders onto the foot of Emmanuel, and his shot goes wide of the net. The Raiders got a head on it, sent it right to Emmanuel, and nearly gave him a grade A scoring opportunity.
That did not miss by much. Lewis Weber was tracking over to that far side post to try to get his hand on that, but Emmanuel, who we saw score a goal on Game of the Week a couple weeks ago, almost had a goal here tonight.
And Weber will send it away. And the Spartans got a couple of players to it, but the whistle sounds against Cretin Derham Hall, and this will be another set piece in plus territory for the Spartans.
Man, this official tightened the reins real tight at halftime. As I mentioned at the start of the half, we didn't really see that many whistles aside from a handful of offside calls. We didn't see many other whistles, but here in the second half, nothing has gotten past the officials.
Price will drive it, but the whistle sounds as it comes on net. And it'll go right back to Cretin Derham Hall. And a giveaway. They'll work it to Ramirez Reyes, and then has the ball taken away from him. And here come the Raiders in the counter. And they lose control. It goes out of bounds. Looking to make the run with Rolder. Get another look at what happened there in that set piece. Some pushing and shoving.
I don't know. I'd say you just let that go.
They have really tightened up how they want to call this game here in half number 2. They've called it very different early on than half number 1.
And if you're, the Raiders and the Spartans out on the field right now, you got to keep that in mind, knowing that not much is getting past the officials in the second half, and you don't want to give your opponent a grade A scoring opportunity on a set piece because you took a penalty. So that means that these players maybe need to change the way they're playing. If the officials have changed the way that they're calling this, you need to be aware of that and maybe play a little less aggressive or just a little smarter.
Here come the Raiders looking to push the ball through and turned down by Price. And on the counter, here comes Simley. And right or wrong, they have tightened up how they want to call this in half number 2. Got to adjust if you're one of the guys in the field. Throw in coming near midfield for the Raiders. Still no score. Just shy of 9 minutes into half number 2. The winner is on to the state tournament. Ball knocked away near midfield and now popped high in the air. And a race for it. And the Spartans have to push it ahead, but the whistle sounds.
And we're going to get a yellow card here. It's going to go against Nino Puentes, and he can't believe it. I'm not surprised with the way the second half has gone that we are getting a yellow card assessed here 10 minutes into it, because we've had about as many penalties as minutes in the second half. And that'll set up a free kick here just inside their own 50 for the Raiders. Here's the
and Cornett will get sent to send it away for the Raiders.
So Nino Puentes will have to head to the sideline for now. Well, the tone has definitely been set by the officials. Here's a look at it right in the middle of your screen. I don't know. That to me looks more like Billy Cornett just kind of came up and down and lost his own footing on that sequence. I mean, it looked like a bad play in the sense that he came down hard, but it looked like his own doing. I think Nino Puentes was just a victim of a wrong place, wrong time type situation there. So
it's one of those that looked a lot worse than it actually was. This is played near the net and headed around, and the Spartans get to it, pop it, but not out. And both teams whacking at it. Now the Spartans will get it out to safety, looking to make a run, but turned down by Cornett. A good play defensively. And the ball rolls out of bounds, and tell you, some pushing and shoving after the fact away from the ball. These two teams, the physicality is ramped up. They know what's on the line in a moment like this.
And our game of the week is supported by Invergrove Heights Schools. Inspire, innovate, excel, a community commitment. More information can be found at isd199.org.
Affenbrack working through traffic, rips a shot outside of the box. It'll go wide. Affenbrack, pretty good look.
Yeah, Gonzalez stretched out, but luckily for the Spartans, he did not get a hand on that, so this will be a goal kick. Here's another look at it. Great shot through traffic that just trickled wide.
And booted down and pinballing around. Rolling near the sideline, the Raiders trying to save it from going out of bounds. It does go off. A Spartan down that way. Throw coming near midfield for Cretin Derham Hall. And pinballing around, looking to settle it down. The Raiders trying to work it through traffic. They'll drag it back. And work it toward the far sideline. And the Spartans, a deflected ball. This will roll along the sideline and save from going out of bounds. And here come the Spartans looking to counter. Deflected again. And now the Raiders with an opportunity. trying to stay onside. Working through traffic, a shot goes wide of the net from Cornett. Another good look from outside the box. Another goal kick coming up for Simley. You just get the feeling when that first goal comes across, whenever it is, it's going to be one of those greasy, dirty, ugly type of goals.
Which you hate to see in the playoffs, but it just has had that feel all night. I think you kind of knew with the weather that there was the possibility of that. The weather has not let up, and this game just kind of has that feel right now with 2 called off / near goals in the first half. It's going to be something ugly that breaks the scoreless tie. Nearly
12 minutes into this second half, we're still scoreless. And Stangler trying to save it going up the sideline. It'll go out and be a throw in for Simley.
And we'll get a Simley sub checking in here, I think.
There we go. He found out he's coming in. Gets the good news.
And just a reminder, too, for fans watching at home that we'll be in action tomorrow for Game of the Week over at St. Thomas Academy as the 7-0 Cadets get set to host the Matamidi Zephyrs, who are also undefeated. And that'll round out our busy schedule for the last week and a half or 2 weeks here that we've been talking about on Game of the Week. And then we will finally have a little bit of a break.
Working it into the corner. Dropping it back. Rodler will center a pass, ripping a shot. That's just off. Gonzalez moving to his right. We're still scoreless. A great look from Haffenbrack.
Nice save with the foot by Dylan Gonzalez. Knew he couldn't get there in time with the hand, so he just, in desperation, stuck a foot out, did the splits, and was able to keep it out of harm's way.
Best scoring opportunity, arguably on either side tonight. And now a corner coming up for Cretin Derham Hall. And the right-footed boot. Arcing ball across the box and hit it over top the net and out of play. This went off. Of whom? There's some discussion.
They initially signaled that it should be Simley ball. Now the far side AR is pointing to the corner. I couldn't tell in real time who it went off of. Let's see, this will give us a good angle. Oh boy.
It's going to be ruled another corner for Cretin Derham Hall.
I think you just got to flip a coin on that one.
Simley will try to survive another one. The right-footed boot. High arcing ball, and that got through traffic. And the Spartans get to it first and clear it out to midfield. Haffenbrack will track it down there. Plays it up the far sideline. And the whistle sounds as Haffenbrack went sprawling.
And that is not the way you want to see an official walk in your direction. He's going to get a talking to. And that was Nino Puentes, who's already got a yellow card tonight, so he really has to be careful.
It's a player they can ill afford to lose. Another plus territory set piece coming for Cretin Derham Hall. Set piece is starting to add up. And nobody's cashed in just yet. To the top of the box, Cornett drops it back, ripping a shot through traffic, deflected, and rolls out of bounds.
Man, nice job getting a foot on that. That might have been a tough play for Gonzalez had that gotten through. He was kind of moving the wrong direction, and the Spartans defense able to get in the way of that, and they keep it on the right side of the flag. So it's a throw-in instead of a corner kick.
Throwing it in near the corner. And headed.
Nice header.
Still loose. Pinballing around. It goes wide of the net and out. And this will be a goal kick for Gonzalez.
Game of the Week is supported by the South Robert Street Business Association, supporting local businesses that support our community. More information can be found at srsba.org. And Tanner, I mentioned we'll be over at St. Thomas Academy tomorrow. Does NSPN have anything coming up this week or anything else on the schedule for you?
Well, they're always busy. They're always busy. Thankfully, this will be my first day off tomorrow in over a week. And then head over to Grand Forks.
Nice.
On the Gopher Radio Network assignment for the weekend. A little hockey at North Dakota.
As we mentioned, busy time of year. for
Great time of year.
people covering sports, that's for sure.
Love being busy.
Yes.
Stay out of trouble that way.
That's what they say.
And the Raiders trying to work it through. And up the sideline, it'll roll out, and this will be a throw-in for Simley up the far sideline. They want to push it. They've been on their heels a little bit. They're trying to set the tempo. Approaching the midway point here in half number two rather, still no score. In this get-to-state game. 3AA section championship. Here come the Raiders on the attack again, and coming in, they shoot wide of the net. Off the side of the net. Oh, a defender slipped.
Yeah, you can see Jonathan Emmanuel is counting his lucky stars. That did not find the back of the net, just kind of whiffed on it, and that shot was rifled to the outside of the net, and Emmanuel taking a sigh of relief that did not end up in the Simley Spartans net. That is the kind of goal I expect to be scored, though. That is exactly what I'm preparing for. I don't know who's going to get it, which team, which player, but that's the kind of goal we're going to see scored, I have a feeling. Not that instance, though.
And the ball popped high in the air near midfield. Angelo Castillo trying to settle it down for Simley. And here they come. Looking to put the pressure on Cretin Derham Hall. They've been on their heels, hemmed in here as of late. Deflected ball out of bounds and a throw-in coming in plus territory for the Spartans. The Spartans ranked second in the final poll. The top seed in the section, Cretin Derham Hall, the 2 seed ranked fourth. Only one can get to the state tournament, though, on net and covered up by Zweber. As Weber is set to send it away. High arcing right-footed boot. Along the near sideline, the Raiders looking to control, but turned out. The 3 blue jerseys who got there, it's sent out of bounds, and a throw-in coming for Cretin Derham Hall. Stangler into Rodler. He'll center a pass, taking a shot, and that goes wide of the net.
I like that shot there, just trying to settle down that bouncing ball and just got a little too much on it. The ball wouldn't sit still for him.
Another goal kick coming for Simley.
And just another reminder, it is still raining.
A wet, dreary, gloomy night, but a great soccer game for those who braved the elements. And the Spartans will send it away. High arcing boot down the sideline. And Hernandez Ruiz controlling, working through traffic. Stretches a pass through, but it's intercepted and taken back the other end. And the Raiders on collect with Stangler. Trying to flip the field to the far end and settled down now by Haffenbrack. And Haffenbrack trying to sidestep a couple of defenders, puts the ball along the sideline. They'll play it back to the middle for Cornett. Trying to stretch a ball through. Good play by Emmanuel defensively. And the Raiders have it once again near midfield, and a player goes tumbling down.
Oh, that hurts worse when it's cold out, too.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that hit him right in the face. Short distance, and Ramirez-Reyes took that right to the head. Wet, cold night. It never feels good, but it really doesn't feel good on a night like tonight.
And that stops the action.
Oh.
And hurts to watch.
Yeah. Good to see he can walk off all on his own.
Break in the action as we approach the midway point here in half number 2. A scoreless, really entertaining section championship.
So they'll check him out, just make sure that nothing concussion related they have to worry about, but he's a big piece of the Spartans team, so assuming he clears all of the medical related tests, they want to get him back out on the field as soon as possible.
The Raiders with it with Haffenbrack trying to weave his way through traffic. Had a dish off to the sideline, it rolls out of bounds, and a throw-in coming for Cretin Derham Hall. And the Raiders Working it through, Haffenbrack controlling the middle, but turned down by Simley. A high arcing ball played out to midfield. And the Raiders will control once again. Play it up the near sideline and look to work a ball through. And a fight for possession near the midfield stripe. Taken away by Nino Puentes. Trying to work his way through traffic and now drops it back. Nino Puentes has it again for Emmanuel. Emmanuel dishes off to the far sideline. Simley controlling, looking for a soft spot in that Raider defense. They'll drop it back into their own end. And hoist the ball down toward the top of the box. Hernandez Ruiz tried to play it ahead. Now drop back. And Simley looks to regroup. Hernandez Ruiz has it again, looks to play a ball through. Near the top of the box. And Mincy trying to sidestep a defender, turned out. And played down the far sideline, but the Spartans still with it, now taken away by the Raiders. Here they come, looking to counter and push. Down the far sideline, but Emmanuel's got it. And Simley trying to work it out of their end. The Raiders take it right back, and here they come. They come in onside on the far sideline. And eventually knocked out of bounds.
Game of the Week is supported by Northern Dakota County Beyond the Yellow Ribbon, providing services and supports for local area veterans and their families. More information can be found at ndcyellowribbon.com.
A goal kick coming for Simley. And here they come. They've been on their heels a little bit here in half number 2. Approaching the 18-minute mark. Here in regulation, still no score. Weber will pick it up away from his net. The majority of shots in this game, on goal or not, have belonged to Cretin Derham Hull. They've had the better of the scoring opportunities. Hernandez Ruiz, though, he can make things happen in a hurry. He's dribbling up the near sideline, working his way through traffic. And tries to center a ball through. That's off the mark and on net for Weber.
Nice little feed. He was looking for Nino Puentes. And just a little out of his reach. Weber is able to get to it first.
And Weber will send it away. And coming right back toward him. The Raiders will play one beyond the midfield stripe, out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in and the road in for Simley.
Looks like we've got a sub checking in here for the Raiders. And Ramirez Reyes will check back in too, which is great news for Simley. He was the player that got knocked in the head with that ball moments ago.
Price will send it in. Hernandez Ruiz taken away. And Simley gets it right back. And pinballing around. Here they come. The Spartans look to play a ball through. It gets deflected, but this is going to roll into the corner and roll out.
Nice job by Luke Hilger to break up that play. That pass was intended for Aiden Mincy. And this will set up a corner kick now for Simley. And that clock is just ticking away. The clock kind of an enemy of everybody right now.
They have not had many of these opportunities, Simley. Trying to take advantage of a corner. Blue and white jerseys will flood the box. A high arcing ball and headed wide of the net. And a goal kick coming for Weber.
That was Hernandez Paz, who almost got his head on that corner kick.
Hernandez Paz, the team's leading goal scorer with 21. Set to send it away is Weber. It's Weber's boot. Down the far sideline, they'll go chasing after it. And the Spartans get to it and send it out. And a throw-in coming in plus territory for Cretin Derham Hull. And looking and looking. In front of the bench area, it's deflected along the sideline, stays inbounds. And near the top of the box, the Raiders trying to settle it down with Haffenbrack. Taken away. Nino Puentes. And the whistle sounds as players go tumbling. It's called against Cretin Derham Hall, and this will be a set piece just beyond midfield.
I mean, we're probably in next goal wins territory.
Yeah.
This is likely going to be a 1-0 game. So you got to play smart. You got to take advantage of your opportunities at this point. See if Simley can do it here.
Played near the net, and Zweber leaps to glove it.
Nice job by Zweber there to kind of race through that traffic and find some open space to snag that ball out of midair.
Under 15 to go in regulation, a scoreless get-to-state game. And Emmanuel wants to play it back the other end, but Cornett takes it away. And now a fight for possession near midfield. Gonna work it through traffic. Emmanuel's got it back. And Emmanuel. And the Spartans will play it. The Raiders get back on top of it deep in their end and look to play it back out to midfield. Taken away by Huseman. And then headed by the Raiders back into plus territory for them, and Haffenbrack will settle it down. Emmanuel deflects the pass and picks it up. And he'll drop it off. Here come the Spartans, looking to make a run of their own up the far sideline. They get it into plus territory. And we'll play on. Player hit the deck. Simley wanted a call, didn't get it.
Game of the Week is supported by B52 Burgers and Brew, your home for burgers, big screens, and more. More information can be found at b52burgersandbrew.com. Big thank you to all of our Game of the Week supporters, and one more reminder that we'll be over at St. Thomas Academy tomorrow for Game of the Week, the last game of this big, busy stretch for us ahead of the MEA week. And the Cadets, who are undefeated, will host the undefeated Zephyrs. That will be a great game. We've been circling that one on our calendar for weeks, so we hope you join us for that.
And hopefully the weather cooperates a little bit better.
Looks like it's going to rain throughout the day, but it should be cleared up by the time kickoff happens. That's a 6 p.m. kickoff tomorrow, by the way. As we've got Cole Wainick is getting helped off the field here.
That's a big loss.
Yeah.
One of the captains for this team, he does a lot. Called his name a lot tonight.
See some Raiders getting stretched out there. That was Billy Cornett, the senior midfielder, stretching out his legs late in this game. Everybody wants to be feeling fresh for the final 13 minutes.
Down the sideline it goes. Simley trying to bring it out of their end, but settled down in plus territory. And worked through by the Raiders, but they come in offside. Simley will get set to send it away deep in their own end. And Hernandez Ruiz, the first to it for the Spartans. Going to flip it down the far sideline. Raiders get to it and turn them out. Send it out to midfield. This will hop near the sideline, and it is out of bounds and belongs to the Spartans. A throw-in coming near the bench area. And two teams, again, only one loss on either side this year.
And Coach Alborno's arguing something with the officials. I'm not sure. I heard the whistle blow, but I wasn't sure what for. I didn't see any players waiting to check in, no injuries, so I'm not sure what that was about, but some kind of disagreement between the Spartans coaching staff and the officials.
Another whistle, this time going against Cretin Derham Hall. They'll set it up on the far side of the field in plus territory. And the high arcing boot played near the net. That's in! They cash in on the set piece. It is 1-0 Simley. Who's going to get credit for this goal? It was pinballing around.
I think this is going to be Michael Hernandez Ruiz, who scored the goal that was taken away back in the first half. So the set piece just in front of the Raiders bench. A great high kick here, and then off the head. Yeah, Hernandez Ruiz up and over Zweber, and we talked about it, Tanner. There's been some great headers, some great header attempts here tonight. I am not shocked at all that it's a header that puts the first ball in the back of the net here tonight.
11:47 left. Hernandez Ruiz with his 9th. He breaks that scoreless tie.
Scoring for the Spartans, number 27, Michael Hernandez Ruiz.
And now Cretin Derham Hall looking to respond.
Here's one more look at it, a bit of a tighter shot here. Just great positioning, just kind of grazed off his head. Perfect play, perfect kick. And now you know the Raiders are going to be coming. So now the Spartans got to lock it down on defense. Before, both teams could kind of play conservatively because you don't want to give up that go-ahead goal. Now it's going to be Raiders pressure nonstop for the next 11 minutes, and the Spartans defense needs to be ready for it.
The Raiders have dominated possession in the second half, but the Spartans are the ones who break the scoreless tie. And Cretin Derham Hall backs against the wall. We'll look to dig deep. And a whistle sounds. Rodler and Hernandez Ruiz were fighting for the ball. And a free kick in their own end for Simley.
So again, this bracket has been all chalk so far, and Simley trying to keep that trend going here by looking to win this game, but still a long ways to go in this one. 10 minutes. Our first goal of the game coming just moments ago.
Affenbrack bumped off the play near midfield. There is a whistle.
And I think they're going to give this to Simley. I think he's looking, well, who's he giving this to? I thought it was Gallo Castillo who was involved in the action. Yeah, that's Gallo Castillo right there that kind of comes charging in, knocks the Raiders player down. He goes down. That was Hoffenbrack who went down as well, and then Emmanuel just coming in to plead the case for his teammates. I don't know. I think who's getting yellow cards here? So there's multiple yellow cards handed out here, but it was hard to tell who he gave them to, Tanner.
Yeah, there's a lot of housekeeping going on right now.
And now a red card to Nino Puentes, and that's going to be the night for him. He got assessed a yellow card earlier. Coach Albornoz is looking for an explanation, and this train has come off the tracks.
After all that, it'll be a free kick just beyond midfield for Cretin Derham Hall.
So again, it was hard to tell who he officially gave the yellow cards to. He either gave 2 to Simley or 1 to Simley and 1 to the Raiders. And Toby in the truck is saying he thinks it was 2 to Simley. Nino Puentes got assessed a red card. And now the officials are talking to the coaches over on Simley's bench, and Simley players are clapping as if something is about to go their way. Now another yellow card assessed. You can see Billy Cornett there for the Raiders.
Cornett, when the card came out, he reacted. I don't know if that's because it was on him or because he didn't think they deserved a card.
Yeah.
But he had the reaction when that card was assessed to Cretin Derham Hall. I don't know, though, that it was on him.
I don't think it was on him. I thought it was maybe on Rodler. So Rodler's cheering there. And there's where a couple yellow cards were handed out. Then you see the Spartans are arguing their case. Then that is when Cornett comes in for an explanation. And then it was a discussion with the Simley bench that ensued after that. So I think all I know for certain is Nino Puentes got a red card and multiple yellow cards were handed out, but hard to tell who exactly received them.
There's been a lot happening in this game for a game with one goal.
I need someone to draw me a map here.
Yeah.
Now the Raiders coaching staff, Russ Turner and company, will get an explanation from the officials. And then hopefully they'll come up to us next and tell us what the heck happened.
If there was ever a time to have the refs mic'd up, if there was ever a game for a mic'd up official, this would have been it. Would love to know what's on that little notepad.
So the clock is stopped at 10:13 here as they get all of this sorted out. Simley has taken a 1-0 lead with their goal that they scored moments ago. And as you mentioned, Tanner, it looks like after all of this, it will be a free kick for Cretin Derham Hall.
Cornett lined up near the ball, awaiting the okay to play.
Everybody lined up at the 20.
And the boot near the top of the box. Nobody gets to it. A couple of Raiders lobbing for a foul call. As the player went down, there is none. It'll be a goal kick for Gonzalez.
Did we just get another yellow card?
Wow.
Oh my goodness. What is going on here?
I think Hilger is the one who got this one.
I think this official has just about had enough with these players tonight.
He's trying to restore order.
And Cornett once again in there looking for an explanation. Official might need another notebook to take notes in after
I don't know
everything
how it's still dry.
Yeah, that too.
Our notes up here are soaked.
Yeah. So it looks like that went against Luke Hilger. You can see Hilger arguing his case there. And we didn't see anything on our end that we can replay for you, so it could have happened behind the play. And we'll figure things out as far as the clock goes. I think we should be all set. They'll just need to roll it once we get going here.
Could take a while to play these final 10 minutes or so.
Feels like the end of an NBA game.
And Simley gets the okay to play. And there we go. Back to action. High arcing boot. The Raiders are the first to it. Emmanuel heads it right back down. Now Simley looking to put the pressure on. Deflected ball, the Raiders can't play it through. Haffenbrack will take it away. Along the sideline, it rolls out of bounds, and this will be a throw in for Cretin Derham Hall along the far sideline. And time, certainly a factor. Not on the Raiders side. Cretin Derham Hall has controlled possession for most of the second half. But they trail 1-0. And try to play a ball through, and Zwibber away from his net. Will glove it. He'll get sent to send it away. A high arcing boot. Takes a Raider hop into plus territory and then sent right back. A whistle sounds, though, behind the play against Simley, and this will be a set piece in really good territory for Cretin Derham Hall.
This is great field positioning here with under 9 minutes to go. There's a look at Nino Puentes. So they must have taken back the red card they assessed because he received a yellow card earlier in the game. Another yellow or a red at any point would have meant his night is over. So that means that either the red card went to somebody else or they took it away from him, which I think it was assessed to him initially. So I think they just took that away. So, because otherwise he wouldn't be out on the field for the rest of this game or the next game if Simley advances.
There's a lot to unpack from this one. Meanwhile, back to action. Booted near the box and headed toward the sideline. And the Spartans get to it, but they throw it right to a Raider player whose shot's deflected. It goes out. This will be a throw in from the corner, but not a corner.
Nice job by Emmanuel. Got his leg on that one to deflect it out of play, and it just stayed on that left side of the flag for the throw in versus the corner.
And the whistle sounds against Cretin Derham Hall. And a free kick deep in their own end for Simley. Clock continues to roll, approaching 7.5 minutes to play. A 1-0 Spartan lead. Looking for their first state tournament berth since 2009. 7.5 minutes from ending that drought. And come the Raiders trying to bring it back. Emmanuel heads it twice and plays it back into his end in a near opportunity. The whistle sounds.
And this is going against the Raiders, and they can't believe it.
Spartans get everybody lined up and send it away. Headed back toward midfield. And the Raiders possessing their midfield with Haffenbrack. Haffenbrack, play a ball down the far sideline. Deflected out. And a throw incoming in plus territory for Cretin Derham Hall.
And just a reminder that at the end of this game, we will stay live for the ribbon ceremony and the trophy. So stick with us.
Crosses the box, and the Spartans will get to it and shield. And the whistle sounds again against Cretin Derham Hall.
And Cretin Derham Hall has taken a couple penalties deep in Simley territory here that they have not agreed with, and tough penalties to take when you've got that pressure and you're nearing the 18 or inside the 18, and instead of getting a shot or a goal, you're getting a penalty. Yeah, I think that's probably the right call. He just kind of came underneath him there as he was trying to come down.
Weber will move to his left and glove it. Desperation mode setting in for the Raiders. Cornett will head it ahead, trying to track it down himself, but it's turned out. A throw in coming on the near sideline.
Yeah, good play there, because if Gonzalez can't make that play, it's a wide open net for the Raiders. And we'll get a sub checking in here for Cretin Derham Hall.
And they'll hustle it up and get set to throw it in plus territory with Stangler.
And the official coming over to talk to Nino Puentes. Those two are going to be BFFs by the end of the night with how many conversations they've had.
Stangler surveys.
I don't know what's going on here.
You're not alone. I think there's a lot of people that are...
I mean, he didn't assess him a card.
No.
But Nino Puentes has come off the field talking to his head coach here. He looks a little frustrated and confused.
I think they're trying to reset the clock. I think that's what they're doing.
Now Nino Puentes comes back out onto the field. There's 5:36:35 now on the clock as it continues to tick.
I think they wanted to reset the clock and add about 30 seconds or so. So the clock continues to wind. It's at 5:23 left to go, and this is played on net. Gonzalez will wait as long as he can and then fall on it.
He's got playing with fire there.
Oh, that's dangerous.
I don't know if I'd want to be doing that at this point in the game. I know what he's trying to do, and generally speaking, that's the right play, but with the way this one is going, I'd maybe just make the safe play right now.
A wonderful sophomore season for him. 214 saves entering the contest, fourth most statewide through all classes. And Weber, a fellow sophomore, really solid on the other end. And try to play this ball ahead, and it is too far and out of bounds, intended for Rodler.
Yeah, the one goal that beat Weber so far here tonight, really not much he can do. He came out to make the play, and it was just a really nice play by Hernandez Ruiz to put it home.
Out of bounds and a throw in plus territory for Simley.
And that one goal is the difference right now. You mentioned that it's crunch time here for the Raiders, but honestly, I think crunch time started when Simley scored that goal with the way this game has been going.
Inside 4.5 minutes to play. Manuel trying to take it away in plus territory. Two players at the deck. And the whistle does sound, and it is absolutely deafening.
And the Raiders fans cannot believe this call. I'm looking at some of them along the fence here, and they are beyond themselves. You can see the players on the bench can't believe it either.
Both crowds are very engaged. Set piece and plus territory. This is what they scored on, and this drive is well out of play.
So here's another look at it. It's right in the middle of your screen. I don't know if I see anything there either. I think I agree with the Raiders fans there. Especially at this point in the game, I think unless it's egregious, you just kind of let it go. I think we've seen enough yellow, red cards so far tonight.
The Raiders in their hurry-up offense, trying to work it up the near sideline. And Simley having nothing to do with that. They're content to turn it out and just burn some time. And oh, you know what has broken loose. The officials say they were up too far. Where that ball went out, Hernandez Ruiz will just turn it out. They're okay with doing this.
Yeah, the fans were chanting, "Back it up." That was pretty funny.
Yellow Castillo. The deflection out of bounds. 2.5 minute mark here in regulation. It's 1-0 Simley. Throw in near the box. And a shot over top the crossbar.
Yeah, that's a tough play right there. I mean, you're in so tight. You're right at the edge of the 6. That ball is bouncing. You got to get over that ball to get it on net, and he just kind of gets under it, and it blasts it up there. You could see him leaning back. That's a tough play to make.
Now a goal kick for Simley. Clock stopped with 2:09 to play. Gonzalez waiting the okay to play.
Got 2:09 on the clock here. Emmanuel and Gonzalez having a little chat. And now the clock continues to tick.
Have the okay to play, and Emmanuel will drive it out to midfield. And now looking to make a run. Ramirez Reyes turned out though and played on net for Zweber. And Zweber plays it out to midfield. And Jaluski will work it ahead. Here come the Raiders looking to make a run. Fighting for possession along the far sideline. The Raiders have it once again.
You could just feel the desperation.
Deflected ball out of bounds and a throw in coming on the far side.
Raiders season on the line here, under a minute and a half to go, and you can feel them pushing.
The Spartans are less than 90 seconds from getting back to the state tournament for the first time since 2009. Near midfield along the line, and stays in bounds for the Raiders. Here they come. Only a handful of pushes left, and the Spartans will clear it out. Get it out of bounds, and a throw in coming in plus territory for Cretin Derham Hall.
1 minute remaining.
Inside a minute to go. The Raiders will fight for possession in their end. It's deflected out off of Cretin Derham. No, yes it is.
And the Spartans fans have started the "Start the Buses" chant. That's the last thing you want to hear as the team, the fans on the losing side of things. But still some time left here.
And the ball pinballing around. It's out of bounds to Simley.
Well, that won't help the Raiders.
Under 40 seconds to play.
And this is actually a free kick here for Simley.
Right along the sideline. And they'll drive one toward the top of the box. Deflected into the corner. Hernandez Ruiz trying to shield as long as he can. It's out of bounds, and here come the Raiders. One last rush opportunity. And it's out of bounds.
Nice play by Simley there. Just fired it off of a Raiders player. So, final plays here.
Seconds continue to tick away. Weber scrambling to get one last opportunity off. 5 seconds left. Simley fans come to their feet. The Spartans are going to the state tournament for the first time in 16 years. Michael Hernandez Ruiz. His goal is enough. And the top-seeded Spartans advance a 1-0 win over Cretin Derham Hall.
And the fans will flood to the fence there to celebrate with their team. And what a game this was, Tanner. I mean, we said it at halftime. It was an exciting 0-0 game at half. And then we get a big goal by Simley in the second half to take a 1-0 lead at around the 15-minute remaining mark. And then they just lock it down from there. And they do a good job of playing smart defense. We're able to draw a couple penalties to get some free kicks, and they take care of business, and this bracket is chalk all the way through.
Jubilation on one side, heartbreak on the other, and this is the difference. This is why Simley is going to the state tournament. That little deflection got it past Weber. Hernandez Ruiz looked like he had one in the first half. He would not be denied. His 9th goal this season will send Simley to the state soccer tournament in Class 2A.
And you could just see the Raiders there, a lot of them just stunned, standing still. I think even then, a lot of them knew that that could be the difference right there. I mean, we talked about it all game, that this was likely going to be a low-scoring game. After a certain point in the second half, I said, this is probably going to be a 1-0 game, and sure enough, that's what it ended up being. So you can see the shock on the faces of the Raiders after that goal went in, and with still a lot of time to try to make something happen. They were just never able to find the back of the net in this one. So Gonzalez gets the shutout, and the Spartans are going to state.
It felt like the Raiders dominated the second half up till that point, and the game completely changed after that goal. They were on their heels after that. The two teams will shake hands. What an outstanding game between two of the best teams in this state. The Simley Spartans will come out on top, and they are headed back to the state tournament. Congratulations to them as they move to 16-1-2. And Cretin Derham Hall will close an outstanding season at 11-2-6. I tell you, a really good senior nucleus on both ends, but Cretin Derham Hall is going to have a lot of guys returning, and they're going to be back. Yeah,
including their keeper, who was good when they needed him to be tonight. Like I said, that goal that beat him wasn't really anything you can fault him for, just a nice play by the Simley Spartans. So they'll get him back as well as a handful of other players.
You look at the guys that they've got coming back, and Rodler's just a sophomore, Happenbrack is just a sophomore. Now they are going to be back. They're going to be a dangerous team for a while, and it's going to sting for them, I know, but I'll tell you, an outstanding season for them. And for Simley, their outstanding season continues as they will look to the quarterfinals and await the pairings to come out, find out their opponent.
Then for Simley, with still the state tournament to come, this is the best season they've had since pre-COVID. So they've been working to get back to a season like this for a long time. It's been even longer since they went to a state tournament. So a lot of good things for the Simley Spartans here this season, and with still the potential to do even more good things before the season's end.
Their farthest postseason run since 2019. Cretin Derham Hall in the section final for the first time since 2020. Great years for both teams. And Simley still got a little bit more to play. A rainy, gloomy, and chilly evening. Now the game has ended. Has the rain finally stopped?
No, I'm looking over at the light here.
It's still coming down a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't seem as bad as it was when the game started, but it is still coming down. So, but you know, for how much it rained today and throughout this game, I felt like the rain didn't affect the game too much. It felt like the players were able to stick to what we normally see them do. The goal that was scored was a good goal. It was a good kick with a good header. It wasn't anything greasy or grimy that we were maybe anticipating. So that's nice to see, because it's never fun to see a playoff game decided by something as silly as weather. So I'm glad that these two teams were able to play their games, and that it was a nice quality goal that ended up being the game winner here tonight. As the Raiders will get their awards here.
Lone goal that counted, that is. Game now without controversy and a lot of stoppages, what have you, but all told, a really entertaining game. And the only goal scored in it is enough.
Yeah, 2 called off / near goals in that first half, 1 for each team.
Now there the Simley Spartans being awarded their section championship trophy, and then Cretin Derham Hall. Good nucleus going to come back, but congratulations to their seniors. They include Will Bischoff, Darby Peterson, Billy Cornett, Jack Schuler, Weston Burke, Griffin Merritt, Mason Tatchney, Andy Hobbs, Raekwon Gary, Luke Hilger, Pollock Schmidt, DeWitt Chimedeza. And we'll see their high school careers end tonight, but what careers they were and what a way to finish. Section runner-ups here in Section 3 AA.
Yeah, they had a great season and just ran into a really good Simley team here in the section final. And we said it at the start of the broadcast, Tanner, a really good team was going to go home tonight. And unfortunately for the Raiders, it's them, as the Simley Spartans able to narrowly come out on top in this one. And what we anticipated would be a really low-scoring game. And they score the lone goal and take down the 2-seeded Cretin Derham Hall Raiders to punch their ticket to state.
And that state quarterfinal broadcast will be available on NSPN. Hopefully we'll get a few of our Simley fans to be tuned into that. And all through the state tournament coverage as it moves to US Bank Stadium. You can find that on NSPN. And I'll tell you what, hopefully Simley, they're hoping it's a long stay for them in the state tournament. As they bring the trophy over and they celebrate with their fans, well deserved. They win a really well-played game tonight, a really entertaining game. A 1-0 Simley victory over Cretin Derham Hall in the Section 3 AA championship game. I tell you, that should just about do it for our broadcast. Our thanks to all of our sponsors. Impossible to do what we do without you. Thanks to our entire crew for making this possible. And once again, congratulations to the Simley Spartans. They were on to the state tournament for the first time since 2009. For our entire staff, for Alexis Pearson, my name is Tanner Hoops. Your final score once more, Simley 1, Cretin Derham Hall 0. Good night from Inver Grove Heights.